Hello. This is from The Art of Joyful Living. It's a section called Knowing Your Own True Self. We'll do this in a few parts over a few days, like we did with the holistic health. I'll just do it a little bit here. You all want to know that reality or truth which is eternal. You want to experience that state of peace and equilibrium that is your essential nature. And yet the mind and personality prevent you from experiencing that finest level of yourself, the center of consciousness within. In the ancient teachings, it is said that time, space, and causation are the three primary conditionings or filters that affect the mind. However, you can lead your mind beyond these conditions. Hello, Jivtish. Hi, Nellie. Time is the most powerful of all the filters that condition the mind. It is a powerful filter of reality. For example, perhaps you are very sad today, but even then, a time comes during the day when you laugh. Or perhaps today you have been laughing and feeling good. Still, a time will come when you become sad. Thus, time affects your mind. Every state of mind is transitory and limited by time. It is important to understand and recognize how time affects the mind. You can better understand the effect of time by considering the nature of space. If you can fully understand how space is created, then time will no longer deter you. You will be beyond both time and space. And hello, Janan. And here, let me make a little note that he did not spell out specifically here, but notice that he says if you deal with space, you can go beyond time. There's a principle there. Notice when you practice meditation, the suggestion is that you put your attention in a space. You're putting your attention at the breath between the nostrils, or in the eyebrow center, or in the heart chakra. It's very, very tempting, we all know this, to sit down, close our eyes, say that I'm meditating, and what's happening is the attention is wandering all around in this black field behind the closed eyelids. And it's as if we're engaging our dream world, as if we're watching a movie on a screen. That simple principle of putting your attention in a space is extremely useful. And if you put your attention in space, time will come racing behind, and you will find yourself in the now. Whereas when we take the saying to try to live in the present, it's extremely difficult for mind to do. Mind automatically wants to go to the past and wants to go to the future, and then sandwiched in the middle somehow is now. It's extremely difficult for the mind directly to find now. But if we understand it and we're willing to train our mind a little bit, it's relatively easy to tell the mind to hold on to this space. Be in this space here and feel the touch of the air. Be in this space here and say, mind, you cannot wander over there or up or down. You can stay right here in this space, or you can wander around in this little space here, but you can't go wandering off. And if you control space in that way, time will come racing behind. In this process of causation, which is this, then this, then this, will also collapse. So anyway, again, he's putting primacy here on space. If you can fully understand how space is created, then time will no longer deter you. You will go beyond both time and space. For example, if I draw two lines, then there is space between the first line and another. If there is no space, there is only one. Then where is time? Time and space exist only when there is division, when you are divided within yourself. When you are one with yourself, the self of all, then time, space, and causation, the three conditionings and limitations of mind, are left behind, and you go forward to a higher experience. Again, space is a real key here. The human endeavor and purpose is not actually to attain God. Since childhood, you have all been listening in church and to your parents who have told you that you should want God, but in fact you already have Him because He is omnipresent. What you don't have, what you have not attained, is yourself. This chapter is about knowing yourself. So your endeavor should really be to attain yourself. When you truly know yourself, when you realize yourself, then you will understand that you have also realized God. That which you call God today, you will understand fully when you know yourself on the deepest level. I am not talking about knowing the, quote, mere self alone. There are actually two concepts of self. The first is the mere self, and the second is the real self, capital S self. The mere self is that self which changes over time, which has been conditioned, learned, and acquired. Nature changes, forms change, and even your name changes, but the real self never changes. The capital S self never changes. If the real self changed, then the very summum bonum of life would be changed, and then life itself would crumble. Everything that exists, all that can be seen, all that moves and changes, this whole wheel of the universe rotates on the foundation of that which does not move. If that unmoving something starts to move, then this external wheel of the universe will no longer rotate. The external frame of a wheel moves, yet the center hub of the wheel remains steady. If the hub moves, then the whole wheel will not rotate. In that same manner, there is something in you that moves. You are like a wheel in motion. But there is also something in you, a hub within you, that does not move, yet it moves with you wherever you go. You should try to understand this metaphor. I am talking about that self, capital S self. I am talking about that self which is the very cause of all your movements. Consider this a little more subtly. A wheel moves because of its spokes. Your hub is within and the external wheel is outside. And if there are no spokes, the wheel will not move. You are not moving in the world because of your soul, the hub. You are moving because of the various faculties of mind, which are the spokes. You cannot ignore their influence. Reality is your center hub, but to know that inner cause of all your movements, you first have to know the nature of these faculties which make you move. Okay? To be continued, so that we don't get too wordy in these things at the end of the day. And so, hi Viviana. We're at the end of the day. We've had some mantras and a little meditation time. It's nice to spend a little time with you. So, thank you for visiting and playing. And have a wonderful, quiet time before your rest tonight. I think our friend Joel from Melbourne is running late tonight, so he's probably going to pop in here just after we've ended. And Nellie is here. Nellie, you're here, right? And so good morning to you, Nellie, and have a wonderful meditation. I know you're starting your day, and have a good day. And the rest of us are going to have a nice, quiet evening and a rest. A good, nice, easy rest, right? And be up in the morning early, for a walk. It's a very good idea, isn't it? And a walk and some nice morning meditation. And maybe tomorrow to celebrate we'll have some special oatmeal. Wow. And Matri has said she's going to make some special health food chocolate brownies.
For breakfast?
No, later on in the day. But those are really nice treats. Hello, Malachi. Malachi Allen. I don't recognize your name. So, nice to see you, though. Maybe I'll come to find out a little bit more about you through the page or something. So, have a wonderful, yes, thank you, Jivatish. Jivatish, I've heard that Jivatish, that they have discovered that New Zealand is actually comes from Zealand or Zealand, how do you pronounce it? Zeeland. And so you're actually an honorary duchy, I suppose, is a fair way to say it. Matri told me that earlier today. The Jivatish is sort of an honorary duchy.
He tolerates all the duchies.
And he tolerates the duchies. So duchies are kind of nice people, though, aren't they, Jivatish? I kind of enjoy them. They're good people.
You'll like them after
Dutch name. Yes, Dutch name. Zeeland. Zeeland? Zeeland. Not Zeeland. Zeeland.
Not land, that's English. Land is Dutch.
That's what I just corrected.
Well, excuse me.
And he did it very well.
Yeah, I got corrected. I stand corrected. But but it's not New Zealand, is it? It's New Zealand.
Well, I guess that's what happened.
The duchies are not happy about that name, Jivatish.
I don't know.
But let's not start a war over it.
No,
That's the good news.
Let's start a war over it.
Candy says let's start a war over it. Candy is visiting from Washington D.C. and you know what they stir up in Washington? There's a bunch of troublemakers up in that town, I've heard. You know. So, anyway, thank you for playing. And remember, it's all about Om. Om Tat Sat. Om is the happening thing. Om Tat Sat.
Oh,
Have a wonderful rest if you're like me and it's the end of the day. And if you're starting the day like Nellie, have a wonderful day. And a wonderful meditation. And remember that Tat Sat is Om. Om Tat Sat. Okay? Bye-bye.